Hey guys, what's up? I've had a lot on my mind in a sense of brain kind of constipation or emotional constipation, and I really haven't found a way to get it out, so I'm kind of just gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna go for it. It's probably gonna be rambly, I've done this before. This is not something uncommon where I just have to talk about it, or it just never comes out. I've been on a bit of a religious kick lately. Not like I'm into religion, like I'm growing deeper in my spiritual journey with Jesus Christ, but I need to heal from religion because it's something that I grew up in from basically since birth till, graduating high school. I went to a Christian school, I went to church every Sunday, and now, I'm at a point where I am, I guess, along the lines of more identifying with agnostic or atheism. I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm like completely atheist because I would like to think that there is some sort of higher power out there, but maybe I'm just holding on to hope, or maybe I'm naive. I don't really know. Just a disclaimer with this: if you are a Christian or if you're religious, or you have a faith, like nothing against you. This is just my own process. This is just my own process of mourning something that I believed for a very long time. And when there's something that you believe for a very long time, as strongly as I did, following it as strictly as I did, but besides the trans thing, like none of it makes sense to me anymore. I can't, it doesn't compute in my brain. God, creation, and the Bible, none of it makes sense to me at all. When I'm thinking about, creation, God made the world in 7 days, or like Noah's Ark, there was a worldwide flood, and Noah fit all of the animals in the ark. So, anyways, I came across something. It was on like an atheist page that I follow, and it basically explained how I felt to a T. And so I'm just gonna read it, and this is everything I'm feeling, and I'm gonna, kind of go over that a little bit more. But so this apparently was from the Average Atheist. I think I follow them on Instagram. So it says, I get told sometimes that I seem very angry about religion. Yes, I'm angry. I'm angry that I was lied to. I'm angry that I was brainwashed. I'm angry that I was taught to be a Christian before I could even do basic math. I'm angry because religion infects your brain, and it's very hard to get away from the nagging fear and guilt that is instilled in you before the age of reason. That seems kind of harsh. The words are harsh, but it rings so true to me right now, because like the harsh words resonate with me because I do feel so angry. There's like a lot of conservative evangelical Christians that are out there that I see. They very much so dislike trans people. I think it's the talking point right now is anything having to do with transgender individuals, and it's it's kind of sad, and it's very it's hypocrisy, to be real, because they talk about how teaching kids about gender or sex and stuff in schools is indoctrination, but like hello, Christianity teaching you from like age 0 to as long as they have control over you, religion, and it's also indoctrination. So I just there's so much hypocrisy going on there, and Christians are first to spout their first thing against being trans is that basic biology and your chromosomes, and you can't change your gender, and it's science and it's facts, and it's like, oh, okay, but there's actually more scientific evidence backing up being transgender than actually being a god. I don't see any scientific evidence of a god. So, yeah, there's actually a bit more to being trans, yet they believe 100% in God and believe 100% in the Bible, that the Bible is 100% truth and to be taken literal, which, oh man, if they actually took the Bible 100% literal and is 100% truth, there's a lot of things that they're doing that they wouldn't be doing, or just there's actually a lot of violent shit in the Bible. If you ever read the Bible, it's kind of insane. Whoever wrote it at some times was definitely tripping balls. I have no doubt about that. So to follow the Bible as 100% truth is absolute just insanity. And they say that they don't pick and choose verses and stuff like that, but I hope to God that you do actually pick and choose verses, or else this would be like a really super fucked up world, even more so than it already is. And, you know, it's insane to me to believe in a God that, like, helped you find your car keys this morning, yet there's people in Africa starving to death. What kind of one-sided bullshit is that? Like, you really think that God gives a fuck about your keys but not about the people dying in Africa or like wherever else in the world? Get over yourselves. You know, how often do we pray for our favorite football team to win, or favorite baseball team? Like, is this really what we're so concerned about? And, you know, keeping tradition and the traditional family and instilling morals, and that, like, if you don't have God, if you don't have faith, then you have no morals. And it's just like, that's not even remotely true. Like, Christianity teaches that kids are born into this world already evil. Like, how fucked up is that? I think that I just have so much bitterness and anger, and I can't get over the actual hypocrisy of it all. And then I know the effect that all of these teachings had on me personally, all the guilt, all the shame, all the fear. Having the fear of God instilled in me at such a young age, and, you know, growing up in purity culture, and the effect that had on me, sexuality, and just my life in general for such a long time. It makes me angry to know that these things are still being taught as 100% truth without even giving kids an option. And they, you know, point the finger at being like, oh yeah, you know, allowing your child to dress as a boy or go by different pronouns or whatever is child abuse. But I honestly feel like certain aspects of religion are child abuse, at least instilling the fear of God and, you know, teaching them that they're basically evil before they're born bad, and just, you know, there is no unconditional love of God, because if that was true, there wouldn't be the fear of going to hell. Like, if God loves you unconditionally, why are we so paranoid about worshiping him, praising him, doing all things for God so that we don't go to hell? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you're just teaching your child a really fucked up version of unconditional love. So anyways, that's where I'm at. I just feel so like my brain is constantly disrupted by the hypocrisy that I see. I feel that it's not fair, not just to me, but just to people in general, or to the kids in general that are still being raised in this fashion. I don't know. I feel so much empathy for... I honestly feel empathy for anyone who believes these things, because there is a sense of brainwashing that has occurred to some extent. Like, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Like, there's just a difference when you have your beliefs and you have your faith. That's yours. Like, that's not my place to say, you know, what is, what isn't, what you can't believe, what anything like that. But it's different when you don't give your kids any other option or any other viewpoint, or when the base of your faith is fear. I know that's starting to change when it comes to Christianity, progressive Christianity. There's more emphasis on love versus fear, and I think that's a great step. However, it is just so slow to, progress and evolve. And then there's the people who are anti-progressive Christianity, and it's just the most toxic thing ever. I feel just a sense of anger and sadness at times, because it's like when you have this thing that you did believe in for so long, whether it was positive or not, your brain kind of doesn't really know what to grasp on anymore. Like, I even find moments where I'm just like feeling anxious, and you have that urge, like you're like, oh, I want to, I feel like I want to pray or something like that, but then I'm just like, who am I even fucking talking to? Like, in a sense, I think prayer for me has turned into a bit more of like a mantra or positive self-talk. That has been helpful, but it's definitely quite a thing to, to grow out of, or to evolve past, because it's been, it's been deeply embedded in my brain, or even who I am as a person. It runs deep. It's a lot of years of being taught, the Bible and all that stuff. So, I'm gonna stop talking. But ultimately, I know I have a feeling I am not alone in this. And if you are someone who is going through the same thing, I would love to hear about where you're at with this. Or if you're a person of faith, or if you're a Christian. I don't mean any harm. Like I said, like, I don't think it's everyone's faith who's abusive or anything like that. I'm specifically kind of touching on the evangelical side of Christianity, that they put the emphasis on condemning others and basing their faith off of fear rather than love. That's more specifically what I'm talking about. So don't worry if you believe in God and all that stuff. Like, I'm not trying to like condemn your belief or anything like that. My main thing would just be like, if you can, just make sure to focus on the love aspect overall, because the fear, it gets toxic. As an anxious person, I got enough to worry about. So yeah, anyways, that is it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and I'm sure I will be touching on this topic many more times. I actually came across a little blip on Twitter somewhere. It was a Candace Owens video, and I couldn't watch it, but she had an ex-trans woman on her show talking about their book that they wrote. It's against the trans community. If you don't know who Candace Owens is, she's basically obsessed with hating on the trans community. She is very passionate about her beliefs and everything like that. But yeah, it's interesting. I couldn't watch it. I don't know if I can. If I can bring myself to watch it, I will probably do a video on it, but my mind is just not ready for that yet. And I'm just kind of tired of people who don't understand, or couldn't really ever understand, trying to touch on the topic of being trans, because they really don't know what it's like at all, and they never will. And just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that you can't be empathetic or respectful, and that's something that she will never be towards the trans community, because if she wanted to be, she would have a trans person who is happy with their transition on the show, but she just chooses to, have someone who detransitioned on her show. She's afraid to, I think, accept it or see that it is something that is real, and that's whatever. If she doesn't want to grow and evolve and have her mind opened, then she can stay where she's at. That's fine, whatever. Anyways, I'll let you know if I watch the video and do a video on it, because you'll see it. But anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for listening to me ramble again. Peace out. I will see you next time.